Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News Extra. And our guest this morning is Zane Hopkins, who's a co-chair of Friends of the NRA. They have a fundraiser that's going to be coming up, and it's something that raises money not only locally but for the national organization, but locally as well. And we're talking about the Wall of Guns. Tell us a little bit about that, Zane.
Okay, well, the Wall of Guns that we do, we sell 50 tickets per drawing. We have 39 guns on the wall, and after the 50 tickets are sold, we draw a winner, dump the bucket, and those 39 guns remain on the wall for the next drawing as well.
So it's not like somebody picks a gun, they take it off the wall, and you're down to choosing from 38 guns.
No. There's always the set number of guns on the wall.
Not quite like that. Now, of course, the tickets themselves, how much are those?
The tickets themselves are $20 a ticket.
Okay, which, if you're looking for improving your collection, that's not a bad price.
$20 gun's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's very cheap. Now, when is this taking place and where? And
we're going to be doing it December 10th at the Union Bar and Grill in Gary, Nebraska.
Okay.
It's 5 to 9 is when we'll be there.
Okay. And when it comes to the Wall of Guns, what type of weapons are we actually talking about as when it comes to firearms?
We've got handguns, shotguns, rifles, AR-15s, the bad ones.
Yeah, I understand that. But of course, it is still a semi-automatic weapon.
It still is a semi-automatic.
It's not an assault weapon because that's a misnomer, as I understand it, because they're not fully automatic, and that's the determination in assault weapon versus non-assault weapon.
And all paperwork
is done there, I'm sure.
It is. I'm the dealer. I'm the federal firearms license holder.
You have the FFL
I have
license?
the FFL, so all the paperwork gets done.
Okay, and of course, if you are interested in taking part in this, especially if you have a desire to hopefully pick up, say, a handgun, you have to have that permit.
You have to have your concealed weapons card or your purchase permit.
Or a purchase permit. Now, if somebody doesn't have those, are they allowed a certain amount of time to get that?
Yep, they can still pick their gun, but I won't. It doesn't go to them until they can bring me the provided documentation.
The order wouldn't be placed until they can document it.
The order can come to me anyway.
But you can.
But I won't. I will hold it until they have it proper.
And of course the forms themselves that you have to fill out, whether it's a handgun, a shotgun, a long rifle, those are basically instant background check right then and there, at least for shotgun and long rifles.
The way it works is, we still have to order all the guns.
Sure.
So we don't do those paperworks until the guns actually come in.
Okay.
But it's all the background checks are done.
Okay. And there is a way that the money is divvied up between the local organization as well as the national organization. Explain first the split, and then we're going to come back after the break, after you do that, though, to talk about the impact locally. Just explain how those monies that are generated are divvied up.
Okay, so half of our money stays in the state of Nebraska, half of it goes to the national pool. And both pools are for generally the same thing. Anybody in Nebraska can apply for a grant from the national pool as well as the state pool.
Okay, and then it can be in firearms education, things such as that.
The national
gun clubs, things like that.
The gun clubs, any shooting organization can apply for a grant from the Friends of the NRA.
Okay.
The national pool is just mainly for the big range improvements that clubs want to do because there's obviously more money.
Okay. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about the Wall of Guns event coming up, as well as some of those local impacts from some of those grants that Zane can tell us about. We'll be right back in just a moment. And we're back on News Extra, and today we're talking with Zane Hopkins, who's a co-chair of Friends of the NRA. They have the Wall of Guns fundraiser that's coming up a little bit later this week. That's going to be at the Union Bar in Gering. Give us the time and date on that again.
It's December the 10th at 5 in the evening till 9 o'clock at night at the Union Bar.
Okay. I'm going to start that over because I messed that up because I gave a time frame. We try to stay away from today, tomorrow, next week, this week.
Right.
Because it's recorded, it's Memorex. Okay. So we'll reset that one.
All right.
Dave, cut, reset. Welcome back, everyone, to News Extra this morning. My guest is Zane Hopkins, who's a co-chair of Friends of the NRA, and we're talking about one of their major fundraisers of the year, which is Wall of Guns. It's going to be taking place. Tell me again when it's going to take place and where.
It's December the 10th at the Union Bar in Gearing from 5 to 9 p.m.
Okay, and it generates funds for the local organization, or state organization, I should say, and half and half split with the national organization. Now, as far as the state organization, how have you seen some of those grant monies that have been available through this? How have they been applied for and used here locally?
For our last year that we had our grants that we gave out monies for, we brought back $24,400 back to the Panhandle. It came in the form of supplies for shooting clubs, new targets, ammunition, clay targets, the 3D archery targets, bows and arrows. Some of it came back in the form of range improvements for some of the, I think Sydney was one of the places that got some improvements to their range done.
So we're not just talking about firearms. We're also talking about archery. We're talking about hunting efforts, airsoft, air rifle type of education efforts that are out there.
And we also do education stuff. The Eddie Eagle program, we fund some of that.
And of course safety courses and things to make sure that when people are handling firearms, they do so in a safe manner and do so responsibly.
Correct.
Because that's a very big issue these days, especially with a lot of the things that have happened in other parts of the country. So tell us again a little bit about how Wall of Guns is going to work, how the raffle or the bidding works, if you will.
It's a full raffle. We sell 50 tickets for $20 a ticket. We draw the winner right there. There's 39 guns on the wall. They can look through the wall, pick their firearm that they would like. We dump the bucket and we start over, but the 39 guns still remain.
And of course, the choice is among long guns, shotguns, handguns, a variety of items that are up there.
We have a little something for everybody.
Certainly understand that. Well, Zane, I thank you very much for joining us today on News Extra, and hope that you have a pretty good turnout.
I do too. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.